much needed yard work and figured would pop this bad boy on. Brought to you by an unsponsored brew. This stuff is good. It's not too sweet, it's really crisp. I always prefer a can. Something a little crisper, feels colder for longer, and yeah, 69p. Not over here though. I drank too much. I really want to try the 1901, or is it? I think it's 1901 Iron Brew in glass bottle. I didn't think about where I was gonna set this down. One minute. Try this with your love. Oh baby. I think I'm gonna get rid of this branch because it's always in the way. I always mean to bring some zip ties out with me, but oops. This is mulberry. Everything is really dry right now because what is happening? Because it's getting to be that dry, cold winter, Florida winter, and out here the rain completely stops. So with no rain, we gotta start laying heavy mulch. And where I find mulch is simply just calling your local tree or arborist, tree removal, any arborist. I already filled a bucket with this crap. I think it's called African violet. I keep meaning to clarify so I could perhaps stop saying the same one if it's not right. But this is evil. I'm gonna make a pile. I'm gonna make a pile and then Snapple can mow it over. Fun fact, I don't know if they were always this expensive, but the buckets at Home Depot are $6 now and then plus $2 for the lid. Look at this stuff. There's so much of it. And you could just rake your hands. It pulls really easily. It's just such a nightmare. Aloe. This was a little herb garden, but a lot of this stuff just season passed, and this African violet just completely took over. We had a very hot summer, but thankfully a lot of the trees that we put in a few years ago were just incubating, just getting bigger and bigger, giving us more and more shade, so I could start planting small stuff again. Remove some of that. It pulls so easy. It just drowns everything. Oh, careful. I have butterfly pea growing up this mulberry. It's really dry though. So what I'm really working on is kind of scalping this, and then I'll put mulch in it. Which, this was full of mulch, but it breaks down and then you gotta replenish it. If you don't have a lot of mulch, which I actually might do just because of how dry it is, you could cut up cardboard boxes and put it on the surface. Helps with weeds, but it also keeps the soil nice and moist. And you still gotta water if it gets dry enough, but the mulch, when it breaks down, it's super moist. It makes the blackest, most nutrient-dense soil. And soil was always hard for me to come by, especially when I was growing plants in a downtown area. But out here, I was able to put a pile of mulch aside, and it broke down to the blackest, nicest soil. And to get back on the mulch, you could call your local tree companies and ask where they dump their mulch. They might need a spot, and you could a lot of times you could put your address on kind of a list, because a lot of people want that mulch. That mulch is gold. It saves lives, quite literally. And yeah, so local tree cutting service. And then if maybe you want something softer, you could call horse stables or any form of farms like that to see what they do with their spent hay. And the hay breaks down really nice. It lasts a long time. It's amazing walking on. I'm gonna move this closer and get in there because that's where I really want to clear. Kind of, I don't really have to worry about outside of it because we got machinery for that. Okay, is this gonna even? Probably not. Let's see. If I go on the other side, well, you know what? It's probably a great example because it's quite, you can see how much it was burying everything. Voila. That's what you don't want. It's such a pain, but it's okay because it's easy. Okay. First things first is clear the spot. These are potted plants that I just have to get the soil back out of. Look at this. Look at that. Smells good because there's some lemongrass. I found some seeding lemongrass if anybody wants any lemongrass seeds. There's two kinds that I know of. One that seeds, which is a little less sweet and less fragrant, but it pops up everywhere. The mowing smells fantastic, but also you could be using it for swales or to make kind of like living structure to hold in water. Look at that. It's just an ocean of it. And this is just in a matter of months. Those were cuttings that just, I got too sidetracked and started too many. But see, it doesn't take a lot of time to clear it. It's just, look at that. Spanish needle. Biden's Alba. It's edible. It's a what they call a famine food. I call it a free food. You don't want to eat too much because kidney stones, but you could chew the leaves and use that as like a spit poultice for rashes and any bites or anything like that. And the flowers are quite spicy, but they're full of pollen, and it's a great way to get local pollen. Very good. It's just peppery. They're really good, especially on a salad, on a baked potato. Very, very, very good. If y'all are into edible or wild edibles, there's one channel that I learned so much from. Been watching it for, God, about a decade. Eat the Weeds with Green Dean. I really want to get his book. I just haven't been able to yet. And really, really majestic human being. Just making sure. Got a little crinum lily. Amanda, if you ever see this stream, the Goldilocks was overtaken. Sorry. I have like mountain man physique. See how easy it cleared out though? To anyone who might see this. Nice little pile. Can you see that? So this is a San Pedro. It fruits like a dragon fruit. There's a little bit of diffused light, so that's why I'm squinting so hard. But the color is indescribable. It's like a bluish green. I guess I just described it. And this right here, can't really see that. I can move the camera. Is a pigeon pea. They only live 2 to 5 years, as far as I know, but it adds a ton of nutrients to the soil. You could use all of the green bits for green manure to break down. It adds nitrogen, and really cool plant, and it's edible. So it's another good one. I've been watching too much news and then avoided it for like a week, but it's just enough that I'll be frank. I'm a pretty shameless person. I'm scared shitless. So what better time to start a garden again? So that's exactly what I'm doing, and that's why I've been really trying to get out here. For the last year, after discovering my love of pixel art, kind of been inside at an all-time high, and I've never been this pale. Like I don't know. Yeah. And this is Lang Lang. This is Lang Lang. It took about two months to germinate the seed in an egg carton that fell behind my dryer, and I totally forgot about it. I only had 7 of them, and this is the sole survivor. So if anybody wants dwarf everbearing mulberry, I have to get rid of like all these branches, and all those branches are cuttings. And you don't need any rooting hormone, you just put it in the ground and voila. And if you're in a colder area, because I'm in Southeast Florida, Zone 10, in a, what's it called? Container. This is oh, you can't even see my bed. Over there is some rosemary, and half of it is completely dry because of that, this. I can't wait to mow it over. Be nice and careful by the cactus, because she's sharp. Ah! I got it, but just a little bit. Put that in a pot to run into later. Now that I'm pretty much done with this, I could probably go and start getting some mulch. But I have to check check on my pig because he's a little constipated. And for those of you who know pigs, it's really dangerous for them to get a obstruction. And I think it's just constipated because their food is really dry and we put a ton of water in it and a ton of fresh vegetables. But hello, Millie. Hello, Millie, your favorite chaotic blonde. Fantastic name. That's brilliant. Just here. What did I call this again? Pulling some weeds. From here, I'm gonna put a ton of mulch in it because that will keep it really moist, and then I won't have to water it. Because half of gardening is remembering to water. Hi, Audie. This is my senior citizen cat. Unfortunately, it's probably the last week of her life. Well, probably like last month. Hi, Beetle. Hi, Beetle. Come here. I adopted her in 2007, and she was 7 then, so she's like ancient. Hi, Beetle. She doesn't have a single tooth. Oh. And she can't keep on any weight anymore. It's so sad. I'm gonna miss this cat so much. Thank you for coming out. I miss you. Yeah, she's had a really long life because she was technically full grown when I got her. They also said that she was only missing 1 or 2 teeth, and then I brought her home and I found out she was missing all of her teeth, and she had a really like rough life. She was raised in a really dirty place, so all of her teeth got infected, and that's why they were all removed. And she was returned to the pounds multiple times, and that's why she came home with me. And she's been here ever since. Hi. Hey, Dino. Oh, I can't believe I got all those weeds out. That's been so stressful to think about. Because I have, I'm sure maybe you'll have seen that tea. It's really big on TikTok. It's called butterfly pea. And it's purple, but if you add, no, it's blue. And if you add citrus or citric acid, it turns purple. That's in a vine that's growing up this tree, and it was drying out so bad because all these other weeds were taking the water. So I finally freed it. Very excited to have finally gotten that done. And now I'll put the mulch down, probably some cardboard too to keep in even more moisture, and then we'll have a garden back. Yeah. More food? Well, thank you all for stopping by, and nice to meet you, Millie, your favorite chaotic blonde. I'm usually here every day, every now and then. Time escapes me. But, yeah, feel free to stop back by for vaguely craft videos. I have good intentions, but I don't know what it is. The camera messes with my focus still. I'll get used to it eventually, but every time I try to do a crafting video, I don't get a lot of crafting done. I just kind of sit there and rant. But I guess, you know, that's what the internet's for anyway. It's for anything. Okay. Oh, my face is a little sweaty, so I got fur. I took her collar off because she's so small, and it just seems to bother her. Ready to go in? Alright, happy trails, y'all, and thanks for joining me. I know I'm just sitting here by myself with my phone, but it feels like, you know, feels a little less desolate. Just kidding, I got you. But, alright, happy trails. Anything else? I don't think so. There was a bunch more, but I'll probably eat and pop back on, and yeah, happy trails. Thank you.